Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and today is day 3 of the Queso Cup Royal Tournament. So, in today's video, we're going to be continuing the grind and making another global tournament video. So, I'm currently at 15 wins and 0 losses. In the last video in this kind of series, I got from 10 wins to 15 wins, with an undefeated score, obviously, and I will link that in the description below if you guys missed it. For today's video, we're going to be trying to get to 20 wins from the starting point of 15 wins, and we're going to be using 3.0 Xbow Cycle. As always, long story short, I do think Elixir Spirit's better than Ice Spirit for the global tournament, and yeah, I'm going to try and keep this intro relatively short, so I guess that's going to be about it. We're going to be trying to get to 20 wins. We'll be doing some live commentary to go over my thought process while playing the matches and explain my decision making as well. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the matches and hope we can get some nice games today on our way up to 20 wins. You know, we could also just choke all 5 and go 15-5 or something, but hopefully not going to be the case. Found the first match against Chicken Parm 13. Gonna cycle log first play as he goes for a bar barrel, so let's just go skellies to kind of stall it for a bit. And bar barrel recruits. Okay, it's going to be a Royal Recruits matchup, and this is going to be really hard because Royal Recruits is one of the more difficult matchups for Xbow, I would say, and also not one that I'm super confident in myself personally, but we're going to be trying to make something happen. It's going to go for a Tesla here and snipe. Okay, that was actually a pretty bad fireball considering I didn't need it. Let's go skellies here to stall out these recruits on the left and E-Spirit just to make sure, because I thought maybe both the recruits wouldn't get taken out, and he's probably going to go Royal Hogs soon, so I'm going to get my log. Okay, no, he goes Zappy's in the back, but since I don't have Tesla and Cycle, he probably knows that. He might go for a Royal Hogs punish, and I'm going to be trying to go for a Tesla. I'm already back to one, so we should be safe, and he goes for a cage in the middle, so let's just go for a Tesla, I guess. In this matchup, I think a lot of it is just kind of center Teslas and playing passively. Don't think there's a point in committing to that barb barrel there with my knight, because it would just kind of go into the brawler, so let's just let it go. And he goes for recruits again, so now we're going to go for a knight and cycle back to another Tesla, I think. And I think there's no point defending this Tesla against this cage, because it's against the brawler, I mean, because it's already so low on HP. Let's just go archers on one side and then fireball the flying machine, not musketeers. I don't even think we need another Tesla. Let's go for a knight in the middle. And sadly, I do miss pulling this one recruit over here, so going to have to go E-Spirit and still, I think, take one hit. But only one hit isn't the end of the world, and it looks like he does have arrows and probably fireball as well, so this is going to be a very hard match, I would say. One of the harder matchups for this deck. In fact, in my Road to 100, or not Road to 100, but in my full 12-win Classic Challenge with Xbow series, and I sadly took 2 barb barrel hits there. I thought the archer would be enough to help out against it, but it looks like it wasn't, and I think I'm going to actually have to switch lanes right here and start going for the left, because my right side is already so low. Let's just fireball the flying machine. That's going to be a common trend, you see. I'm usually going to be fireballing those flying machines because they're pretty annoying. Going to go archers up high to try and force out arrows up high where it's not hitting my tower. Goes for a bar barrel. Let's just go skeletons to kind of catch it a little bit. Didn't really catch, but still, we are fine. And notice how I haven't gone for any Xbows yet. I don't think I can go for Xbows for probably quite a while. He's going for recruits at the bridge. Maybe flying machine in front again, yep. And another, okay, I guess I really need to work on those, but I'm going for these fireballs, which are usually good plays, but if the Tesla does target the flying machine first, which the opponent is not playing the best because he should be making sure that's not happening, then obviously the Tesla sniping the flying machine, I mean the fireball sniping the flying machine isn't necessary right away. And yeah, I feel like our opponent is going to be having fireball as well. He hasn't revealed one card, I believe. It could either be Electro Spirit, or what I think is more likely is just going to be the fireball. And this time I am just going to fireball that, and then skeletons to clean up against the Royal Hogs. And I think we can Xbow now because both Royal Hogs and recruits are out of cycle, and just going to log all of that. Go knight as well, and we might actually get a connection here. Goes for cage, and I think he doesn't have enough elixir for Royal Hogs or Royal Recruits, so yeah, that's going to be a connection for sure. Definitely going to go skellies and E-Spirit in front of this, and take the most advantage that I can out of that connection. Let's go Tesla. Kind of misplaced because I was kind of doing it like reacting very fast. Sometimes that happens when you want to play a Tesla. You can't play it perfectly because you have to react fast. Let's go for a Knight up high, which will also help out against the flying machine that he's definitely going to be playing. There it is. Goes for it on the side instead, which is probably a smart play considering I was going to get fireball value. But let's just go for a center Tesla and then once again log on everything. Goes for a pretty good fireball, I'd say, but just E-Spirit Skellies to help clean up. And now that he uses fireball, I think we can just defensive Xbow. Maybe not the best defensive Xbow since he's probably going to, flying machine to snipe. But I'm just going to go Knight to try and tank for the flying machine. Didn't work out, but still can just snipe with my archers and then log on all the Royal Hogs. So that's another common trade I'm doing. I'm logging all the Royal Hogs. If I don't have login cycle for the recruits, which I don't seem to be having right now. Like, my cycle's a bit weird, but it looks like he actually gives up. So let's just, get a log fireball on tower. That's going to be a really nice win against a very hard matchup. Like, I would say probably at least 70-30. Definitely his hard counter against Royal Recruits, Royal Hogs with arrows, barb barrel, and fireball. So, if they only have arrows, barb barrel, I think it might even be Xbow's matchup, but with the arrows plus fireball, like, they do have ways to get direct damage on your tower. It's not like you can just defend perfectly, because they do have spells that outdamage yours, because log does less than arrows, and he also has a fireball. And also he has a barb barrel in case I ever try and go for an Xbow. So notice how I was so patient with my Xbows for a long time, and it really worked out and paid off, because I didn't go Xbow when he had recruits in cycle or Royal Hogs. I kind of just went at the perfect timing and got a connection for it. But yeah, 16-0, really nice start. Let's try and keep it going. And yeah, I was going to say, in my full 12-win Classic Challenge series with Xbow right now, I'm at a score of 60-1, 60 wins, 1 loss across 5 Classic Challenges. And that 1 loss was to that exact matchup, Royal Recruits, Royal Hogs, with the Flying Machine and Arrows. So it's going to be quite a hard matchup. He goes for an Ice Whiz. I think I'll just Fireball it, because that's 7 Elixir that he spent on the Skelly King and Ice Whiz. I think I can afford to just Fireball. And he goes for a Barb Barrel here. And Graveyard, which I don't necessarily agree with that Graveyard. Unless he has arrows, then it will be pretty annoying. But if he doesn't have arrows, that Graveyard will just be quite an overcommit. And I'm going to just log on the Skelly King spawn stuff. And then I'm going to Xbow with this set of archers, because it's a good counter push. And he doesn't have Skelly King in cycle either, so should be a pretty promising counter push. Goes for Ice Whiz, and I think he might be back to 1 now, possibly. Nope, Barb Barrel instead. I think he's definitely going to be kind of messed up here, because he also has to respond to the Knight. I think it's going to get at least 1 hit. Then again, he did activate King, so maybe not. Nope, still gets 1 hit, and that he's just letting this go, I guess. Like, if he wasn't going to give up, he should definitely still try and defend that, even though it's a lot of damage. But since he just kind of didn't defend, yeah, I can only assume he's going to give up, and there it is. So kind of funny, we've had 2 players in this video so far both give up, even though the last player was basically a full match because we played it out. But yeah, basically in terms of what he did, I think he definitely didn't play the best Graveyard, because it just let me get that counter push, when, especially considering he didn't have the Skelly King in cycle, it was just honestly quite a bad Graveyard, if I do say so. And I'm actually going to do something a bit weird. I'm going to get back to an Xbow and then try and take his tower that way. It looks a bit weird, but I'm actually just trying to farm my Xbow card mastery, kind of, because the next mastery task for my Xbow, I think it's level 5, is to get hits on the tower. It's called Tower Tapper. So I'm just going to be trying to get that. So I apologize if it's going to stall the video out for a little bit. But yeah. And then let's just go Skellies. And let's just kind of support this Xbow with non-Knight and Archers troops, because I don't think an Xbow by itself will take out the tower. See, like, Xbow's nerf was actually quite big, that it actually does less damage overall than before. I know I'm still talking about this and it's been like a year and a half, but basically December 2020 when they reworked Xbow, it was basically just a straight up nerf, because they decreased the lifetime and that made it so it does less damage overall. Which means I think an Xbow won't actually take a 3 crown by itself. But yeah, there's a pretty nice win. And again, he just kind of made a big mistake. Yeah, we get plus 235 on the tower tapper. I have to get 10,000 hits on the crown tower. That's going to be pretty painful. But my masteries are actually coming along pretty well. I have Skeletons, Xbow, Log, and Tesla all at level 5, which I know isn't really surprising because this is my main deck. But yeah, and I have E-Spirit level 4, Archers, Knight, Fireball all level 4 as well. And I think they are coming along pretty nicely to be getting level 5 on some of them soon. Yeah, like Fireball. And they're really good because I've gotten so many gems from these masteries. I've gotten, I think, 600 gems so far from these 4 level 5s, and that was just really good, honestly. Like, the rewards are amazing. But yeah, we're going to be at 17-0 now, and again, pretty much the only mistake our opponent made there was the aggressive graveyard, but it was a huge mistake, so I just don't think he should have done it. Because if he wanted to kill the archers, he would have had to gone for poison, which he definitely would have lost after. And he went Skelly King ability, which was just down 2, because I was probably going to log the graveyard anyways. And he just gave me more log value, and then he didn't have Skelly King and Cycle for the graveyard, because you know how Champion Cycle works. It only comes back when they die in 3 cards, or 4 cards, I think, not after you place them down. But yeah, anyway, bit of a long kind of matchup analysis there, but found the next match against Tuck in 3. We'll give him the good luck. And we're doing pretty well right now, 17-0, which is going pretty well. Hopefully we can keep it up with some nice games. Goes for a Magic Archer, and that is usually a good sign, I would say, because it's probably going to be P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam or some kind of Bridgespam deck with Magic Archer. Let's see what else he has. You know, if it's P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam, I'm expecting stuff like Bandit. Okay, no, Baby Dragon instead, so this is already going to be maybe an off-meta deck, but or at least a different version than I'm expecting. But let's go Skellies here. Notice that placement, which will tank 2 Baby Dragon hits. And I'm going to go for a Knight 2 stall, and then I think I have to log the graveyard and even E-Spirit for it, because... And sadly, I guess I kind of messed up. The Baby Dragon didn't cross the bridge. I was kind of hoping it would. Let's just go Archers to make sure we don't take even more damage. And Graveyard plus Magic Archer is actually a combination I don't think I've ever seen, at least in a long time. So kind of interesting. Also kind of risky, because I feel like a good player could abuse the Magic Archer, get a connection out of it. Let's go for an Xbow, predicting maybe Magic Archer in the back, though. Goes for a Mighty Miner in the back instead, which is definitely pretty much just as bad for him. And Magic Archer, I guess I'll just Fireball it. I was kind of freezing up for a bit there because I wasn't sure what to do, but I think just Fireballing it works. And then let's go for a Tesla to try and hit the Baby Dragon first. Okay, no, hits the Mighty Miner first, unfortunately. But still, I played it off to the side to try and get the Baby Dragon targeted. Then it would target the Mighty Miner, but obviously didn't work out. But it still did work out because I didn't take any damage either way, so pretty decent defense. And yeah, we got a huge connection just because I predicted him going something in the back. And I guess he should have just gone Mega Knight for my Xbow, I think. I'm not sure why he didn't. But Mega Knight Graveyard, it looks like. And this is looking a bit scary, actually, right now, because I don't have a Tesla on Cycle. And he definitely could Graveyard with this Mega Knight and then poison my Archers, which I think he's definitely about to do. Yep, any second now. So there's the poison. We're going to wait for the Archers to die and then go for a log and then E-Spirit to make sure the Mega Knight doesn't jump onto my tower. And I actually just leaked a bunch of Elixir there. Kind of my mistake. But let's Expo. Goes for a Mighty Miner. We can go Skeletons and then Fireball and then even log to reset the Mighty Miner. And that might actually get us a connection. Yes, it does. So Mighty Miner, you know, with the recent buff, doesn't actually get reset by anything except a log, I believe, and maybe like E-Spirit or Ice Spirit. But Fireball, as you can see, did not knock it back, so I definitely had to log as well. And notice I'm cycling Knight and Archers first because I want to cycle back to another pair. That was actually a bad Fireball, because Tesla was already targeting the Magic Archer, even though I'm not sure because like it's kind of hard to know, I guess, when they're going to do that. But goes for a Mighty Miner Graveyard. Definitely a bad play, I think, because he already went Poison, so he doesn't have Poison and Cycle for the Archers. Let's just Expo and cycle back to our Knight here for the Mega Knight. And then Archers for the Barb Barrel. And I guess not the best Archers because it does kind of give him value. But still, Mega Knight should be going down. We can get a nice late login just to make sure it gets taken out. And then I want a defensive Expo, but I definitely had a feeling he was going to Graveyard there. So there wasn't too much use. Just going to Tesla and then reset with Archers. Once again, he does not have Poison and Cycle. I'll just log in case. But Fireball does 207, I think. So that should be 2 Fireballs and 2 logs on the right. So I'll just start the cycle now. He's probably going to Mega Knight in front of this Mighty Miner. Yep, he does. So let's just go for a Knight. And then similar to how you defend a Mega Knight Prince push, I'm going to be going for Skeletons off to the side against the Mighty Miner to make sure that I can kind of snipe it down. And I went for Archers up high to snipe the Magic Archer. And then, yeah, he goes for a Graveyard now. We do not have Archers in Cycle, so just going to go for a Tesla. Knight to protect the Tesla from the Baby Dragon. And then Archers, we are back to them. Now I think we can just cycle 2 Fireballs, I guess. Because obviously cycling 2 logs wouldn't make much sense. instead when I could just go for 2 fireballs first. So let's just go for them. He has a tornado as well. I guess that makes sense because Magic Archer Tornado is kind of a win con. But yeah, in my personal opinion, that's just kind of a weirdly constructed deck. At least against Xbow, it's pretty bad because it's very clunky. Like, you'll see he has no troop card that's below 4 Elixir. He has Mighty Miner, Mega Knight, Magic Archer, Baby Dragon, and it just seems like a clunky deck in all honesty. Like, very expensive. For a graveyard deck, yeah, 4.3, I feel like it's too high for a graveyard deck, honestly. Just my personal opinion, and that's definitely how you can take advantage with Xbow by cycling, you know, multiple of the same thing, cycling multiple Archers against the graveyard, cycling back to Teslas and Xbows, and so on. And we are actually getting pretty close to the Royal Wild Chest, which I believe will unlock the Mighty Miner of mine, because I have Skelly King maxed, Archer Queen maxed, and Golden Knight basically maxed, so I don't think I can get any of those. I think there's like a big kind of filter or priority where if you don't have a champion unlocked and you have all the others maxed, you're guaranteed to get the new champion. I think that's how it works. Hasn't been confirmed though. But anyways, found the next match against P.E.K.K.A, so let's give him the good luck. And yeah, we're 18-0 now, doing pretty well. Don't want to jinx anything, but we are off to a really good start right now. Let's just go Skelly's in the back, I think. And he goes for Mighty Miner. Let's Xbow opposite. Not sure what Mighty Miner is going to be. Could be RG, actually, in which case is going to be probably a bad Xbow, but goes for a Giant instead. So not going to be RG, going to be Giant Mighty Miner. I don't like the look of this, honestly, because it could be like some kind of graveyard deck, and I definitely don't like the look of that. It just seems like a really hard matchup. But Tesla off to the side to target the Giant, and then also the Mighty Miner. I think we don't have to commit anymore to this Mighty Miner because both towers are targeting it. And okay, goes for a Mega Minion. I guess let's just go for split Archers. But yeah, I'm honestly kind of scared. He went Mighty Miner, Giant, and then Mega Minion and Zap. Yeah, I think it's going to be Giant. I think we did outcycle the Giant by 1 though. Or maybe not. He goes for Zappies. Now he's definitely back to Giant. Let's go for a Knight in front to protect the Giant, I guess, and protect the Archers against it. Maybe not the best Knight because it targeted the Giant on his side. I mean, it'll let the Knight walk over to his side, but let's just Fireball, and then I'm going to go for a late log on this Giant to try and catch him off guard. Perfect, we actually get a connection for that. And goes for Mini P.E.K.K.A. Let's go for Skellies, even though he's probably going to zap these. He doesn't actually zap them, so let's go for E-Spirit to stall, and then we get a huge connection. Let's go. That's actually huge, because any Giant deck, usually, it's really nice to get a connection in single, because, you know, once you get to double, it's going to be very hard, because it's a Giant deck, it usually counters Xbow. If it's like Giant Miner or anything like that, which I am scared it's going to be. Let's just go for Center Tesla though. No need to go super aggressive anymore since we got a huge connection already. And I guess it could be Giant Sparky, but I don't know what Zap plus Mighty Miner is going to be because he hasn't revealed a normal Miner yet. I was scared it would be Giant with normal Miner. Goes for a Mighty Miner. Let's just go for a Knight into it, even though I don't think it's the best play necessarily because it will just kind of get shredded. Magic Archer. Oh yeah, I forgot he had a Magic Archer as well. Let's just Fireball that right away though. Not give it any kind of headway. And goes for a Giant. I don't want to Xbow yet because I want to find out what he's going to do. Yeah, he goes for a Mega Minion to predict my Xbow actually. So, and he has a Poison. Okay, so interesting deck. Wow, I just got Drop Glitch on my E-Spirit as you can see there, so that's kind of unlucky. But let's just log this back, and I think we did outcycle his Giant here, so let's just go for an Xbow. Goes for a Magic Archer. No, he's back to Giant, actually, but Archers will still snipe the Magic Archer. Then we can just go for a Tesla to snipe the Mega Minion, and also help out against the Giant afterwards, and looks like it's going to be a pretty good matchup, actually. Like, just Giant, I guess, with Poison. And let's Xbow, because I think we definitely did outcycle the Giant this time. By at least 1, yep, goes for Mini P.E.K.K.A. And then Magic Archer. Let's go Knight, and then log to take out. Okay, and he does keep the Magic Archer alive, which is actually well played. What I'm going to try and do, I think, is snipe it with Archers. So let's just do that right now. And actually, bad E-Spirit didn't need it, but I was trying to cycle back to my Xbow. For some reason, I thought Xbow was 1 card away when it actually wasn't. But let's just go for Skellies, and then I can take 1 Zappy hit on the right. It's not really a big deal. And then reset with a Tesla. And yeah, like, this is looking like it's a pretty good matchup, actually. Because he doesn't really have a way to break through my Teslas. Like, he has to poison them, which is a 4 elixir, negative 4 elixir trade. Or, I mean, it's not a negative trade, but it's the 4 elixir trade that he's just spending. And it doesn't do him much good because of the fact that, Tesla, a poison doesn't work like a fireball, right? So even if he poisons, he doesn't get the immediate value. Now I'm not going to fireball. Not going to make the mistake I've been making the whole video so far. Actually gets a pretty nice zap in though, so going to have to log. But now we have definitely outcycled, and he overcommitted with that poison. So let's go for Xbow plus Tesla at the bridge. Skelly's for the Mighty Miner. And he's back to a giant now, but we're going to be keeping the pressure up for sure. So archers, log. I could even fireball if I wanted to, but let's just go for a Tesla. And what that does is it kind of stockpiles against the next giant. So as you can see, okay, he actually goes for a giant to predict the Xbow, so let's not even Xbow. Let's just defend then. And now all we have to be careful of is the magic archer at the bridge sniping. But that's actually not even a concern. Plus he gives me a ton of fireball value. Big mistake there. Let's Xbow. He's definitely low on elixir now. Might be back to a giant, but goes for a poison instead. And then magic archer. Let's fireball. This should definitely be a connection right here. Yeah, it is. So that's going to be GG. He gives the well played. I'll give him the well played back. Really nice win against giant. Honestly, didn't really make any mistakes. Like, I guess I just kind of reacted to when he was going to go for a giant and adjusted my game plan instead of going for an Xbow. Went for a center Tesla. Really nice mastery on the archers as well, damage dealer. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good matchup, I'd say. And this kind of deck, I guess it would hard counter like Beatdown because he has Zappies, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Mighty Miner. I wouldn't like to be a Beatdown player against that, like Golem or E-Giant. But against Xbow it's pretty bad because the only way he can get damage on tower is Magic Archer. So as long as I like fireball it and keep it at bay, he won't actually have a way to break through. And then also poison isn't great against Tesla because even though it's annoying, it's definitely just worse than a fireball because a fireball would just get full value. But yeah, actually surprising, we faced 2 Mighty Miners in a row. I guess people are playing more Mighty Miner after the buff. But we are 19-0 now. Let's try and get a nice clean 20-0. Get into the final match against Chinese character and then Musketeer. So maybe he's playing Musketeer like 2.6 or Minor Balloon Cycle with Musketeer. Let's just split skeletons though, and then he's not playing anything, so I'll cycle log. And we're just in the kind of initial stage of trying to find out what he has. Okay, could be 3 Musketeers actually with the Heal Spirit being there. Yeah, probably going to be 3M. With Elixir Pump, the new meta version, he might even have a mirror in here. There's the Golden Knight, and I don't want to Xbow opposite because this deck has E-Barbs in it. If I Xbow, I'll be screwed for sure, because he would just get a free set of E-Barbs. Goes for a pump, gonna fireball it, and the game plan that I've devised against this is if he mirrors the pump, gonna Xbow then, because he shouldn't have enough for E-Barbs right away, I think, if he does mirror the pump. Goes for the dash as well, actually, which is... feels like a bit of an unnecessary expenditure. Yeah, goes for the pump. Let's Xbow. That's 7 elixir, which means he's at about 4 right now, because he also got 1 from the pump. Looks like he's going to go E-Barbs, and then maybe even Heal Spirit behind. Yep, so going to wait for the Heal Spirit, let the Xbow die, then go Skellies. And I guess we have to go Archers as well, because I definitely cannot afford to eat that E-Barb damage. And yeah, so this is the other side to this matchup. You know, I played against this yesterday in the Global Tourney, and I got a huge connection in single. I think... oh no, that was a different matchup. That was 3M without mirror. But yeah, we're going to be down a lot now because of that, because we kind of just sacrificed against the pump. Like, sacrificed the pump to get a connection. So we're going to be in a bit of trouble here, but if we defend perfectly, we should still be able to win this, because we have such a huge early lead. And, like, I can probably accept that we're going to be taking some damage. Yeah, there's the mirrored pump. This time, not going to go for an Xbow, by the way, because... well, I could actually Xbow middle, but I'm actually just going to sit back, and I think even defensive Xbow right here. Yeah, there's the 3M. Let's defensive Xbow. And if I had Fireball, that would be so much value, but obviously I don't. And yeah, now we're just going to have to play some flawless defense. So let's see if we can do it. There's the Gold Knight, which means I'm going to go commit Archers to the right lane instead. And I'm going to Fireball that as well, actually, because that is quite a lot. And wow, this is not going that well. Actually, going to have to log, and we're taking a lot of damage on the right. But again, I think... okay, wow, that's more damage than I wanted to take, actually. But I think I couldn't really do anything else. I think I had to take that damage, kind of. But let's Expo now. Predicting the 3M, yep. And might even lock on. Oh my god, it locks on because he just barely didn't have enough elixir for the Gold Knight in time. Now we're definitely going to have to let this go. So let's just Fireball the Musketeers in the right. And then go for E-Spirit and then Knight on the Musketeer. Then go for Archers in the middle. And... oh my god, guys, I think we were just able to to walk away with this. Not yet though, but gonna go knight, and then he goes for a pretty smart mirrored ghost. Gonna pull it into the middle with my skeletons and then archers. And oh my god, guys, I think we were able to make the comeback happen. Looks like we're not down Elixir anymore. He might 3M. There's the Gold Knight. Let's just Tesla instead of going Xbow, because you might 3M like really high. Or E-Barbs, yeah, where the Xbow wouldn't get much value. There's the Gold Knight. Charge should just dash onto the Tesla and Knight. Not really concerned about that. And then let's log the Heal Spirit as soon as possible. Sadly, don't get it off, but we are back to another Knight. So just going to go Knight. And I think we're down Elixir now. Because, yeah, we spent a ton, but we should still be okay. One E-Barb is on tower. Oh my god, gonna fireball that. And then Knight for the ghost. And oh no, okay. Sadly, I did throw at the end there, guys. That's gonna be my bad. That is not gonna be a super easy matchup, I'd say, but it should definitely be Xbow's matchup if you defend perfectly. Obviously, at the end, I did mess up there, and I actually want to know how I messed up. I know, like, the ghost pressure was a lot, and I had to go for a low knight because I was low on Elixir. Oh, it was because I left the E-Barb lock on. Let's just watch the replay, I guess, though, and kind of analyze it a little bit. But yeah, I still think my game plan stands because I got a connection at the start against the mirrored pump. Because if you look right here, he spent Elixir on the dash, which I think was maybe an overspend. And then he goes for the mirrored pump, and you can see right here he's at 3 Elixir. Obviously, he gets 1 with this pump, which puts him at 4. So he's actually higher than he should be because of the stockpiled pump. But still, based on his hand right now, if he wanted to defend, he would just go like Bar Barrel Heal Spirit, which would be bad. But the smart play, which he did, was save up for E-Barbs, then go for E-Barbs plus Heal Spirit. And that is why I didn't go Skeletons, by the way, because I knew if I went Skeletons, I probably would have lost, actually, because Heal Spirit would have healed up, and then if I went Skellies plus log, it would have been good. But then if he waited on the Heal Spirit after my log, I still would have lost. So couldn't take that risk. Waited for the Heal Spirit and then logged. And then I defended this and I was fine. You know, well, I was fine, but I spent a lot. Like, yeah, I was down 3. And then this pump probably still has like 7 or so Elixir in the tank. So I was down like 10 or so maybe. But he mirrored the pump. I think just defensive Expo is the strat. And okay, let's see. Right here, I didn't want to go archers here because he had a Golden Knight there, obviously. I fireballed here, and I think it was a worth fireball. Maybe I should have tried to hit the ghost as well, actually, because the ghost was the real issue there. And I should have gone E-Spirit as well, I guess. Because, yeah, I took too much damage there, actually. Like, I knew I would have to take some damage, but I think that was too much to take. And I like this Xbow here because he went 3M. I predicted the 3M, and he barely didn't have enough Elixir for the Golden Knight in time, so it was a really good Xbow. And I could have gone, like, Knight in front to maximize, but I definitely knew I had to defend afterwards, so I just defended. Yeah, definitely the right play, because you can see he's at 6, and so am I. Still definitely had to defend, and this defense went really well, I think. I logged everything, got a lot of value, E-Spirit, and then Knight, and yeah, I was doing really well. Even the Mirrored Ghost, I defended pretty well, I would say. With the archers as well, helping out. Yeah, I was only down about 2 Elixir, which is really great considering his tower's all the way down at 546. So, where did I go wrong then? I went for a Tesla here, and I think that was fine. E-Spirit as well, and Knight. And then Skeletons up high, archers down low. Yeah, like, okay, this defense wasn't where I went wrong. It was the next one. Okay, so Knight over here. Okay, so very small thing. I went Knight in the left. I guess I could have gone Knight in the right so that it would have kind of preemptively helped against the Z-bars. But still, with the Elixir I had, I definitely should have been able to defend this. So, okay, he got a really nice prediction bar barrel, and that was actually what screwed me over. So, as soon as I noticed that he got the prediction bar barrel, and I should just fireball these E-barbs back, I think. Like, fireball logged. Because right here, I kind of panicked. You know, I saw, oh, E-barb on my tower. I have to defend. And because of that overspend, I didn't have Knight right away. If I had more Elixir, I would have gone Knight, like, higher. Would have totally been fine. But 2 things, I guess. 1, he got a really good prediction off, and I should have either played my Skeletons lower to not get predicted, or just reacted fast enough after I got predicted. And 2, I could have cycled my Knight in the right instead of in the left in the prior defense. But anyways, you know, we live and learn from our losses. 19-1, 1 loss. Let's keep it going. I feel pretty confident still, you know. I think that was a good match. If I played better, I definitely could have won at the end, but Let's try and move forward and try and get a nice last win. If I lose again, it'll probably be embarrassing, but goes for a battle ram. Let's just archers and then log after it's pretty low on HP so that the log also hits the barbs. Pretty nice interaction there. And he might snipe this with a magic archer. Battle ram is probably going to be, yeah, P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam. Let's just go for a high Tesla. Tesla 2 tiles up, because if you go Tesla 3 tiles down, it actually won't snipe the magic archer, believe it or not. Like, and he has a log as well. Okay, so this is actually probably going to be Bridgespam, not P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam, like just E-Barb's Bridgespam with Heal Spirit, I think. Yeah, and Golden Knight. So actually, I don't really like this matchup that much, but it should be Xbow's matchup if you just defend the whole game, which I'm definitely going to be trying to do. And like right here, I want to go archers, but I'm scared. Okay, go. Wow, he does have a P.E.K.K.A actually. I'm a bit confused now because he does have a log as well. So a little bit strange, but this is actually looking kind of tricky right now. I think, yeah, because there's the battle ram. We have to log this all back. I think we are going to take a P.E.K.K.A hit though. Log and okay, thank God we didn't take the second P.E.K.K.A hit. If we took a second hit, we definitely would have lost. But still, this looks really, really bad right now because I took so much damage, and I honestly don't know what I did wrong. I don't think I did anything that bad. It's just the Golden Knight's so obnoxious and annoying to deal with. Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, we haven't lost our tower yet. He does have a log, which is really annoying because he's like chipping us down. Bandit at the bridge. Let's just go for E-Spirit and then Skeletons, and should be able to defend. Unless, okay, thank God the Bandit didn't dash. Gonna go Xbow here to predict Golden Knight in the back. Yup, nice, so we won't have enough Elixir for a P.E.K.K.A right away. There's the P.E.K.K.A, pretty bad P.E.K.K.A considering he probably should have just gone something else. But let's just Tesla, and I think we don't have Skellies in Cycle, so we have to let this go. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have let it go, like, on a fundamentals basis because I needed that connection, but I think it was definitely the right play to let it go because of the fact that I needed enough Elixir to defend. Let's go Xbow now. We definitely outcycled the P.E.K.K.A once again. He might Bandit though. Battle Ram, I think he might be back to a P.E.K.K.A now because the Golden Knight's 3-card cycle. So let's just log and then Knight. Bandit does dash. I think he is going to P.E.K.K.A now. Yep. So let's just go Archers. This is normally a good play, but since he has Golden Knight, it's probably not going to be good. He's just going to dash and take everything out. But after the dash comes through, we're going to go Tesla then and start DPSing everything down. We'll go Skeletons plus Log to kite everything backwards, and we have outcycled his P.E.K.K.A once again, so let's go Xbow. He might predict this though. Magic Archer. Battle Ram. That's a lot of fireball value, actually kind of a mistake by him. And this is going to connect to tower because Battle Ram, nope, he had to go for that Golden Knight. But we are, yeah, basically just by applying so much offensive pressure, we are slowly coming back here. And I can't Xbow with this, sadly, because he didn't use P.E.K.K.A at all in that sequence, so we didn't exactly outcycle it. But actually, I don't think it's that bad to Xbow here. I'm just going to kind of accept that it's probably going to die. But that's a lot of fireball value, so I'm going to take it. And then, because of the Battle Ram, I do have to go Tesla. So let's just go Tesla in the middle. Skeletons up high. Log the E-Wiz back, and then just going to let this Xbow die. Yep, because Bandit other lane. He goes for prediction Log. Actually might Magic Archer the bridge here. So I'm going to go E-Spirit to kind of predict that. And it looks like we are actually doing pretty well. Like we have actually come back in this matchup. And I'm going to Xbow now. I think we did outcycle the P.E.K.K.A once again. Could be wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you probably know that I'm usually wrong about card cycle counting. Let's fireball that. And he's still going to have to respond. Bandit, let's Skellies, and then Log. And now going to let the Xbow die once again. Battle Ram, going to Tesla. And then I think maybe no need for any more offensive Xbow. Let's just defensive Xbow, I guess, because he's probably going to P.E.K.K.A again. Yeah, he's been doing that a lot to kind of preemptively stop my Xbow, so let's just not let him have it and just defensive Xbow, which he's going to be forced to fireball. And then if he fireballs, he won't have enough Elixir. I mean, he won't have any value on my right side tower, which he definitely wants. And then let's just log all this back to reset the charge. Now we can definitely Xbow because we have a defensive Xbow alive. Yep, plus he just committed a fireball. So there's the P.E.K.K.A. But, I mean, we are definitely in a fantastic spot in this match right now. Gonna log E-Spirit Knight, and there's basically no threat in the other lane at all. All he can do is, like, Bandit. And I'm just gonna fireball tower. And this is actually still gonna connect if he lets it connect. Let's just go Tesla. Yep, really nice prediction log by him, but I was ready with the Tesla, and that's gonna be GG against P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam with a very strange version, I guess. He had Okay, the reason I thought it was the E-Barb's version is because he had log. Like, usually P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam with Battle Ram never has log because you want the zap, but he decided to put log in. Also, he had Gold Knight instead of Dark Prince or Royal Ghost. I guess Dark Prince isn't really using Bridgespam anymore in P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam, but Gold Knight instead of Royal Ghost, which definitely helped us out because it's just... Actually, I don't think it helped us out because Gold Knight's the sole reason why we took so much damage at the start. But later on it helped us out because, you know, Gold Knight isn't as pressure intensive as Royal Ghost by itself. You know, it is super annoying against your defenses, like with your archers and skeletons, but otherwise Gold Knight doesn't really pose too many threats because of the fact that if you're not, like, down too much, you can just defend it with a Knight or Tesla or anything like that. The only downside is you can't use archers to defend it because they will just get one-shot by its dash. Very annoying interaction, by the way. Actually, that's probably why I took so much damage at the start. I couldn't really go archers because he would have just dashed them away, and then I kind of had to anyways because my cycle was pretty bad. But yeah, also having log in there was weird, but I guess people make their own decks. But yeah, pretty nice win. Just applied a lot of Xbow pressure in double, and we were able to come back from that big deficit. So yeah, really nice win there, and that's going to be 20 wins, guys. So, you know, unfortunate that we took a loss, but I did also say in the last video I'm expecting to start maybe losing a little bit because we are going up against much better players compared to before. You know, this is 20 wins. Like, we're only going to be playing against people who have around 20 wins themselves. From 15 to 20, they were going to have 15 to 20 themselves, and so we are going up against harder players. And 3M, I do think this is Xbow's matchup. You know, it was very back and forth. I got a nice connection single, then I took a lot of damage from the E-Barb, then I got a comeback connection, and then I once again choked to the E-Barb, but with a really nice prediction barbell by him, though. I will give him that. But I have learned from my mistakes, and I think my game plan is pretty rock solid against them now. Like, I still think Xbow into the mirrored pump is the best play, because what else are you going to do? Like, you can't just... Defensive Xbow, you'll just bleed Elixir. And you don't have Fireball and Cycle either, so yeah. But anyways, that's going to be 20 wins. Do apologize for the loss, but I was expecting to probably start losing soon, and still, only one loss isn't bad at all. So yeah, that's going to be the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I'll make more global tourney videos. I might try since we're only at one loss, but I do play better when I'm not commentating live, and that's usually where I like to play higher global tourneys up in, but I might still make one more video going to 25 wins first. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. With probably 3.0 Xbow Cycle, then if I lose again, I'll switch to Archer Queen, because I think Archer Queen is still better. Betfus is of the same opinion, by the way. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed part 3, and we were able to get 20 wins. Really nice. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.